I'm going to talk about this year a little bit and really kind of what we've seen. At PolitiFact in the United States, uh, since June of 2015, we really haven't had a break, and that's because of Donald Trump. And we've always been expecting kind of a little bit of a pause and an opportunity to reflect, and we've never had it. This is March 5th. 2020. This is my friend Anna, who's a fact checker from Croatia, and my friend Katie, who works with me at PolitiFact. I looked at my phone roll, my phone photos. This is the last photo that I really have of people together. Uh, today in Florida, there were over 10,000 COVID cases and 250 deaths, just where I'm at, 10,000 cases. And so to me, this is kind of the peak of like, we were doing okay in 2020, but we've clearly seen a huge decline, both probably in our personal lives, but I think and also in truth and fact-based evidence. At PolitiFact, since that picture pretty much, we fact-checked something like 400 different claims about the coronavirus. Unfortunately, most of them are false. And on our website today, you can see a long list of all the hoaxes from fake cures, the fake treatments, to things like that. I'm going to focus on two real small stories just because I thought they were interesting. This is a post that a friend of mine shared on Facebook. It's from Serena Williams. And basically, it's Serena Williams saying, I'm sick of COVID. I'm sick of Democrats versus Republicans. I'm really sick of the media. This was a post that was shared millions of times on Facebook. There's a close-up of the picture, the person who sent it, Serena Williams. It's grainy on purpose, but you can kind of see it looks like a woman. You can see her shoulders with two images, maybe of children or people with her. I saw this from a friend, and I was like, I don't think Serena Williams would write this. And in fact, she didn't. This is the real Serena Williams. You can see the picture is much different. This is a post that she made that essentially talked about COVID-19 and black versus white. This is something we see every day, the type of misinformation that we're seeing on a daily basis. A true post, someone changed the image to make it look like Serena Williams. No, it's not that Serena Williams. This was written by somebody else on Facebook. It went viral and it was misattributed to the tennis star. This is a case of a simple everyday debunk, something that we do at PolitiFact now 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. It's an interesting case to me because it is meant to kind of say, wow, Serena Williams is with us, maybe against COVID-19 or against the media, when in actuality, her words have been pretty supportive of both seeking a cure and the Black Lives Matter movement in this country. Here's an Instagram story she posted. So this is a story that is simple, rated false. Again, this is a fact check that we do day in, day out at PolitiFact. I want to show you another example. This is another thing that just caught my attention. I thought it would be interesting to show you a little bit of what we do. The next example is a picture. You might have seen this story, is from St. Louis. This is what the mainstream media won't show you. Peaceful demonstrator pointing a weapon at the homeowner. If you can see there's a circle. This was a big case within the States. You can see there's a black man who's holding something at the woman. This is something that, again, was shared millions of times in the United States. The picture itself is authentic. This took place in the end of June in St. Louis. These were two lawyers who were protecting their home with weapons. The photo comes from Reuters. It is legitimate. It wasn't doctored. But as we kind of did research more about this particular case, we found something that is very important, the actual caption from Reuters. The caption says that this is a person who was holding a video camera and a microphone during these protests. This was not a weapon. This was not a gun. But that image was being used to stoke divisiveness. We, of course, looked for other instances of these protests. Here's a video that was created by someone shared on Twitter. You can kind of see what's going on. We looked across dozens of other bits of footage to see if anyone was holding a weapon or holding a gun. We found no evidence that that was. The man in that photo, the white guy who was holding the big gun, basically said the closest that he could say to someone was that someone hold a gun magazine, basically what you put bullets in, and was kind of taunting the man and saying, you're next. Of course, that is not a weapon. One thing that I would say is that it's interesting. This was a claim that was made by a person who was from Pennsylvania who did not attend the protest. Of course, it rated false. Um, this is kind of like over the course of the past 4 years, we have seen this type of baseless but quick falsehood spread virally over and over and over. These are just two examples. And I would note that they are not, they have no, best we can tell, they don't come from any state-sponsored disinformation, misinformation campaign. It's a lot of time what we spend our time talking about, but in reality, there are a lot of people who are sharing these bad pieces of information. We can't cover it all at PolitiFact. You know, we have written a lot of fact checks. We're writing a lot more. There's the 2 fact checks in the sea of people. And I think everyone needs to be their own fact checker. And so again, as I preach the work we're doing, and I think it is very vital and important, I also think it's important that we continue to share the message to everyone that they can be their own fact checker by asking who is behind the information, what is their evidence, and then what do other sources say? If we can ask ourselves those questions time and time again, we will be in a much better place when we're looking at pieces of information. And as I would say, 2021 has to be better. That's my son, who is 3 weeks and 2 days old today. And I think that the one thing I'm excited about is I think there are a lot of people continuing to think long and hard about how to make the information ecosystem a better place for all of us. And that puts us at a fundamentally better position than we were 4 years ago, or even 3 or 2 years ago. And so a lot of work needs to be done. And I know that for a lot of us, maybe this feels like we're in a difficult spot, and maybe there is no end to this. And I just want to say, I think for me is that I do see hope, that a lot of people are thinking about this in really thoughtful, collaborative ways, and that we're gonna get better. The bad guys will get better too, but we're in a better position now to deal with this, and I hope the next year is better as well. So thank you very much.